Real Madrid or a club of that ilk are in the running, then you're pretty much taking the rest out of the equation, I think.
Here's Gary Cahill. The 4 England players who started the last time the sides met at Wembley on the 17th of November 2015.
I don't see him going to Arsenal or Liverpool. 100 million, they're talking sterling or thereabouts. A lot of money. Lots of money for those clubs.
Here's Djibril Sidibe. Throwbacks from Monaco.
Rafael Varane and Umtiti, Barcelona and Real Madrid. They're 24 years old still, Rafael Varane. Seems as if he's been around for a while. Had a fantastic Champions League final, hugely successful, obviously, for Real Madrid, and a very, very fast centre half.
Benjamin Mendy. Trippier, his debut, stood up well to Mendy. Such a handful, Harry Kane. 29 goals for Spurs in 30 appearances last season. He's got a 1-3 record for his country as well. If Trippier will be the first choice at Spurs next season at right back, depends on what happens with Kyle Walker. Manchester City heavily linked. They go to Sofia to face assistant referee against.
He just sucked Umtiti into a challenge. Not one to roll about on the floor and feign injury, Harry Kane.
You've got to be braver than that.
There we go.
Touch by the French Football Association. French President Emmanuel Macron and the Prime Minister of Great Britain, Theresa May, standing side by side, remembering those 8 people who were killed in London 9 days ago, the 22 who died in Manchester before that. beautiful version of God Save the Queen. It was the England fans back in November 2015 singing La Marseillaise just days after the terror attacks in Paris. This is reciprocal from the French Football Association. A lovely touch. Passions aplenty in the Stade de France. France against England here on ESPN. Thank you for your company. Mark Donaldson alongside Craig Burley. 5 changes for France. Craig, a 2-1 defeat in Sweden on Friday, courtesy of a mistake by Hugo Lloris, the goalkeeper, who keeps his place.
Well, a real conveyor belt of youngsters coming through for the French at the moment. We're going to see some of them today. In particular, Ousmane Dembele and Thomas Lemar on the wings. Real pacers, real speedsters down there. Pogba, of course, the world record transfer fee, and the Premier League Player of the Year, N'Golo Kanté, and the man everyone is talking about up front, 18-year-old Kylian Mbappe, still a Monaco player, but not for long, I think.
Nice touch, Deschamps and Gareth Southgate. And Gareth being given a French jersey in memory of the atrocities in London and Manchester. For England, 6 changes after the 2-2 draw against Scotland at Hampden on Saturday. According to coach Gareth Southgate, Craig, Tom Heaton was always going to play in this game, and Joe Hart has not been dropped.
No, Joe Hart had a tough game against Scotland, there's no doubt about it. Interestingly, John Stones, the Manchester City centre-back, they've worked on him playing in midfield and training. He can do that. Both of those players, him and Dyer, could step back into that back 4 and make it a back 3 with 2 wing-backs. So it could be very flexible, this England formation. Of course, the 2 Tottenham players, Dele Alli and Harry Kane, really at Dele Alli looking to get up and support one of the best strikers in European football, and still young, and Harry Kane scored that equaliser against Scotland at the weekend, and is no doubt England's #1 hitman at the moment.
It's a 3rd cap for Tom Heaton in goal, but it is his first start, and it's an England debut for Kieran Trippier at right back. Both players were presented with special jerseys before kick-off in the changing room by Lee Dixon, something that Gareth Southgate has introduced with former players.
National newspapers tomorrow in both England and France. Whatever happens on the field, a powerful message of unity is being sent here tonight. Tottenham teammates Hugo Lloris and Harry Kane captain the sides. Davide Massa.
Moment of silence at the Stade de France. There's English fans in among the French supporters and vice versa. The England players came out to warm up. They were applauded by the home support and the travelling support. Liberté, égalité, fraternité. France-England to bring the curtain down on the international season for these respective 2 nations. World ranked 6 in the world, France, against 13th ranked England. Referee is Davide Massa. Italian officials. He was 4th official at the Faroe Islands game on Friday against Switzerland at the Torsvoller Stadium. Slightly different, the Stade de France. We do have video assistant referees today. Marco Guida will assist Massimiliano Errati. First time an England game has involved a video assistant referee. Not the first time for France, as we'll get into as this game develops. England to get us underway in the French capital with Dele Alli challenged by Paul Pogba. Nothing doing, and a goal kick for Hugo Lloris. Good atmosphere, Craig.
Yeah, 2 big countries really. Obviously the French have had more success recently, picking up Euros and World Cups and bringing through some great players. It's about trying to get back in amongst it for England. They've made so many changes in the managerial front. Sam Allardyce last year, and then left in a heartbeat really after being appointed, and Gareth Southgate gets an opportunity.
Forward from Benjamin Mendy. Only 2 players aged 30 for France, everyone else under the age of 26, including 18-year-old Kylian Mbappe. 2 fullbacks already, Mendy and Sidibe on either side, have pushed forward. By Samuel Umtiti. It's a Barcelona and Real Madrid pairing at the back for France. Wide by N'Golo Kanté. Thomas Lemar. First involvement for Tom Heaton. 7 years ago, he was playing in League Two with Rochdale.
It's not a shot. Although it might seem that way. He's trying to whip that in for Olivier Giroud. Didn't catch it right, and Heaton had to be on his toes. England look as if they're just sitting John Stones in between the two centre-backs with Eric Dyer from Tottenham just in front, but expect Stones to step out at times as well.
Here's Harry Kane. He rescued a point for England at Hampden Park on Saturday. Broke the hearts of 50,000 Scots in the stadium. Something that Gareth Southgate wants to pursue with going forward, playing John Stones a little bit further forward. Not today, though, but they have been working on that at their base at Croissy-sur-Seine. Raheem Sterling, fouled by Olivier Giroud. Wonderful goal he scored in Sweden on Friday. Giroud, stunner.
His record at international level is actually pretty good. 27 goals and actually it's very good. Sorry, 27 goals and 60 odd appearances. But safe to say there's still a huge doubt whether he can lead the line regular for Arsenal. That's a different story altogether.
So he made his debut, Giroud, against the United States here in November 2011. 1-0 victory. Amazing to think N'Golo Kante, we just got a shot of there, couldn't even get in the team at the weekend against Sweden. Benjamin Mendy, 4 Monaco players. There's an excitement level every time Kylian Mbappe gets possession of the ball. He came to the fore of the Champions League performances. Flag up on this near side by Filippo Meli. Where do you think he'll end up, Mbappe? Real Madrid are the favourites. Talk about Arsenal, maybe Liverpool. Do you think he'll be in the Premier League next season, or do you think he'll end up in the Bernabeu?
Well, I'll throw it back to you. If it was you, where would you go? I mean, I think if Real Madrid are or a club of that ilk are in the running, then you're pretty much taking the rest out of the equation, I think.
Here's Gary Cahill. The 4 England players who started the last time the sides met at Wembley, the 17th of November 2015.
I don't see him going to Arsenal or Liverpool. 100 million, they're talking sterling or thereabouts. A lot of money. Lots of money for those clubs.
Here's Djibril Sidibe. Throwbacks from Monaco.
Rafael Varane and Umtiti, Barcelona and Real Madrid. They're 24 years old still, Rafael Varane. Seems as if he's been around for a while. Had a fantastic Champions League final, hugely successful. Obviously for Real Madrid, and a very, very fast centre-half.
It's Benjamin Mendy. Trippier, his debut, stood up well to Mendy. Such a handful, Harry Kane. 29 goals for Spurs in 30 appearances last season. He's got a 1-3 record for his country as well. If Trippier will be the first choice at Spurs next season at right back, depends on what happens with Kyle Walker. Manchester City heavily linked with him, and pretty much every other top player in Europe. Dyer. 5 gone, 0-0 in Paris. These two played each other at Euro 2012. Hugo Lloris started that game. It was a 1-1 draw. Donetsk. By Varane. Two very quick fullbacks for England as well. Ryan Bertrand on the left, Kieran Trippier on the right. Got a fair bit of pace in central defence as well with Cahill. And so Jones. Reads the game well, Phil Jones. It's Trippier. So Chamberlain very deep.
Been a bit more central, Oxlade-Chamberlain. He's been very versatile of late. Played left wing back in the FA Cup final for Arsenal. Spent a lot of the season on the bench. A lot of talk about him potentially moving on from the Emirates to try and get regular football.
Settling in nicely to the role, Gareth Southgate, of England manager. He's in charge of the 21s for 3 years before that. The setup is not new to him. George's Park, where they train.
Love the guy, Gareth. Know him well. Played against him many times.
Raheem Sterling.
Do you know what that means at this level of football?
Nothing.
I love the guy. Absolutely
Nothing.
nothing. About results.
Pretty high press from England here. England haven't won in France for 20 years. And Shearer's goal in Le Tournoi, which was more fondly remembered for Roberto Carlos's ridiculous free kick in the opening game against Brazil, against France in Lyon. Started out miles wide and then bent back in. You feel old, that was 20 years ago. England on the attack with Dele Alli. That ball for Raheem Sterling. Support provided by Ryan Bertrand. Opening goal, who else? Harry Kane does it again. England lead 1-0 inside 10 minutes.
Well, do you know what? It just looked so easy how Bertrand got down the left-hand side. Nobody tracking him. The diagonal ball, and Sterling does well to get the touch here. But neither Pogba nor Sidibe are talking or communicating to each other to pick up the runner, and Bertrand here. Clearly see him, two players go to the one ball, then that's a nice ball across. Titi lets Kane get wrong side of him. He should be blocking him there. And Ryan Bertrand, the Southampton left back, just puts it on a sixpence, on a plate for the guy you mentioned who got 29 goals in the Premier League last year. Do you think he's going to miss from there? I don't think so. That was brilliant from England, but it was so simple and a little bit poor from the French defensively.
7th international goal for Harry Kane. France trying to get back on level terms. Takes two to tackle Ousmane Dembélé. Sidibe's delivery. Just has a knack, Harry Kane, of being in the right place at the right time, and he never stands still. These may look like tap-ins.
It was.
But it's the movement prior to that. Titi stopped for a second. Kane never. Kept going. Got in space. Not like the goal Diego Costa scored.
Well, all he had
for
to
Spain
do,
and Macedonia
all he had to do was stand 6 yards out, get in front of Titi. I could have scored that.
Look, you've got mixed memories of this country. Last Scotsman to score for your country at a World Cup. Last Scotsman to be sent off for your country at a World Cup. Played here, didn't you, in the opening game of the World Cup in 1998? No, Scotland. It's very scary.
Just looking at it again, I mean, you know, when you've got two players going to the one man like that, going to Sterling, Pogba and Sidibe, that's when you really have to communicate. Somebody has to go with that runner. I mean, it was so simple for Sterling. Little back heel, Bertrand's in, and he can pick a pass, he can lift his head.
His delivery as well, the cross-field pass. I like that one from Oxlade-Chamberlain. Find its target. Pogba does well. There was an article this morning in the Times newspaper about Deschamps in France, and it basically said that Didier Deschamps has more exciting, young, talented players than he knows what to do with. Not a bad problem to have. Nice touch by Phil Jones. It's the strength and depth, the talent coming through, that is likely to make France a big force at the World Cups coming up. Russia and Qatar. Golden generation. Nice easy touch this time for Tom Heaton. He'll play the first half. Jack Butland of Stoke will play the second half. Dembele. Mbappe wanted it played early. Instead it went to Giroud. Take that was from Paul Pogba. Filthy. From Benjamin Mendy. Giroud is offside.
I think it's a dangerous game when there's no pressure on the ball, but when there's very little pressure on it, he just steps up. Oh, that right foot is, I mean, you're talking inches offside there, Giroud, because of the defender's trailing foot. As I say, risky.
Yeah, it looked more offside than it actually was.
Yeah. Well, that back foot was behind him. Over the head. Shoulder was offside, part of the body you can legally score a goal with, but it was a close one.
France are going to sleep here. Sterling again with Bertrand in support. This time it's Ali, not Kane, with Kane eventually joining him. Sterling with too much to do. Getting a bit of joy down this left-hand flank, England, when Djibril Sidibe goes forward. Stretched a little bit here, by Lemar. Test this for Kieran Trippier up against Thomas Lemar. His first start for his country.
Yeah, just thinking about the other side, there was no real sign of Ousmane Dembele tracking back when Bertrand went through either, so I think he tucked in field.
Harry Kane again. This time it's Raphael Varane with the block. It's a talented bench, goodness me, there's hundreds of millions of euros worth of talent on that bench. 15 subs. Worry they're not over here. Good chance this is for France and Kylian Mbappe. The run is made by Ousmane Dembele. It deserved a better finish.
Do you know, he's quick enough, he could have taken a touch. Talking about quick, what about this ball from Pogba? Little dink over the top on the counter-attack. Now he could take Stones one-on-one there, Mbappe, but it was a good spot, very unselfish. Nice little ball outside of the boot. Go on, son. Stick it in. I think it takes a little bobble. He opens his right foot a little bit too much. A little bit of inexperience. He's still a young lad. Friendly or not, these are big occasions for young, inexperienced players in front of a big, expecting home French crowd.
Chance for a first French goal for Ousmane Dembele. It's ironic today that those two are playing opposite each other, Kieran Trippier and Thomas Lemar, because Lemar has been heavily linked with Spurs. Could be teammates come next season in the Premier League. John Stones. What do you think he did in his first season with Manchester United, Paul Pogba?
I thought he did okay. Obviously, he was under the spotlight a lot. Mourinho reacted to criticism. Pogba himself reacted to some criticism. And what I would say is United go on their quest to try and climb the tree again, and they will spend money. Then he will be looked at as somebody who really has to perform like the top players in the world, and I'm thinking Messi and Ronaldo, because that's the price tag, and that's the talent.
Speaking of talent, here's Kylian Mbappe. Doesn't turn 19 until December.
There's definitely much more from Pogba, and he's young.
There's Mendy. Mbappe. Watch your feet, you get dizzy. Both the referee and the assistant on this near side, Filippo Meli, neither kind of indicated to give a decision as to who that came off last.
Came off Trippier. Oh, certainly did from the cross. Oops, there you go. Don't try that at home.
Looked like there was a little nick off Trippier. Pass. Good area from Trippier for Sterling. Tell you what, if Manchester City signed all the players they've been linked with already, one of them is down right now, Benjamin Mendy, they'd have a squad of about 300 for next season. Mendy is one of them. He's also been linked with Chelsea and Liverpool. One year from tomorrow, Russia will take part in the first game of the 2018 World Cup, the Luzhniki Stadium in Moscow. France and England both in pretty good positions. England certainly are in their group. France pegged back by Sweden after that loss on Friday, so both them and the Swedes are tied on 13 points. The Dutch 3 points behind. With 4 games to play, but France have got 3 of those 4 at home.
That's the next game, isn't it?
Yeah, France-Netherlands is the big one on the 31st of August. Then France-Luxembourg. They go to Sofia to face Bulgaria, and then it's Belarus at home. So France should be far too strong with those 3 home fixtures to come. For England, again, likewise, expected to win Group F. 2 points clear of Slovakia, 3 clear of Slovenia, and 6 clear of Scotland. They go to Malta on the 1st of September. Then it's home to Slovakia and Slovenia, and they finish with a trip to Lithuania on the 8th of October. Both teams, both nations likely to be in Russia next summer. Kick tabs for you on Benjamin Mendy. Giroud, 6 through 4 of them. Battling away. Last thing you want just before your summer break, as he goes off to be replaced by Luca Digne. Prime example of the strength and depth that France have. Digne plays for Barcelona. Sterling, more than hope than expectation, I think, now.
Yeah, but it was there was a little bit of grappling going on, but he's actually looking round at the referee before he hits the ground.
I like that from referees. Just wait and see if there's no advantage, bring it back. They do it in rugby all the time.
Yeah, Giroud's backing in. He's got a Holy Stones his shirt. You could say it's 6 and 2 threes, but it generally, more often than not, goes to the attacking player in those scenarios.
Thomas Lemar with the delivery. Good delivery. Giroud, what a save. The follow-up is in by Samuel Umtiti. It was a stunning save by Tom Heaton, but his defence didn't help him out, and Samuel Umtiti of Barcelona gets a first goal for his country. We're level. Parity in Paris. France 1, England 1.
Well, you talk about France switching off for the England goal, then they do the exact same here. That's Harry Kane and Gary Cahill. Cahill, the most experienced defender. There's two players, Pogba and Giroud, are both wrong side. Heaton makes it, I mean, that's a fantastic save because he's on the stretch. He just knocks it a little bit too central. I actually thought he wasn't getting there for the Giroud header. He just knocked it back a little bit too central, and Umtiti gets there first, side foot, keeps his knee over the ball, makes sure he keeps it down and gets the equaliser. But if the French were annoyed about the way they defended for the first goal, then the English in Southgate, from a set piece, when they had plenty of time to pick up, block, get in the right position, they didn't do any of that, and they paid.
Great for the neutrals, though. 1-1 already. We're a quarter of the way through proceedings in Paris. Ali looked like he might just have been offside there. The flag did go up, then was brought down again by Alessandro Giagliatini. France in possession.
That was a weird noise you made there.
Was it me?
I think it was.
Not at all. Not known as a goal scorer, Samuel Umtiti.
It was a centre-half.
Exactly. Scored for Barca against Celta Vigo in March.
I mean, how many you expect them to get?
Oh, Gary Cahill got 6 last season for Chelsea.
I don't care how many goals centre-halves get. Can they defend? Scoring goals. Daily.
There's Dembele. Goes up against Kylian Mbappe. Very hard. If you want to do a man-to-man marking job on him, he's all over the place. He's offside there.
Yeah, 5 at the back. They can see it, and there's a good line. He doesn't have to go. Bit of inexperience. He's certainly quick enough. He's absolutely lightning.
Catch pigeons. Three chances in this game, 2 goals. Harry Kane's tap in after good work from Sterling and Bertrand after 9 minutes. Giroud's header, a fantastic save by Heaton, but Umtiti's follow-up. The chance was Mbappe playing in Dembele. And wide, just done by Hugo Lloris.
Good cheers.
After the weekend against Sweden. Here's Dembele again. Well left by Mbappe, he knew he was offside. Lemar's delivery. Away by John Stones, anywhere will do.
Again, Sidibe from the opposite side. The full-back is almost playing at times like a right winger. That's how far he was pushed up there.
Sidibe again, the right full-back, providing an option for Thomas Lemar. 5th cap today for Lemar, but first start. Here's Luca Digne. So a couple of players have slipped in that area over on the far side. Which was watered before kick-off. Beautiful day in Paris.
If it becomes a back 5 for England, which it is, with the 2 wing-backs pinned back, it could be a long old day for some of these midfielders in white.
Yeah, French ball retention is very good most of the time. We've met quite a lot over the last few years. I mentioned Wembley in 2015 when England won 2-0, Dele Alli and Wayne Rooney met at the Euros. Friendlies before that.
I mean, France have got the squeeze on here. I know it's a friendly, right? They've got the squeeze on, and they're still thinking. It wasn't Tom Heaton. He's had none of it, the goalkeeper, but a couple of the English centre-halves are saying, pass it out. Nonsense.
tackle. Gary Cahill. Asking a lot of his teammate. Heavy touch there by John Stones. Dembele looking for Giroud. Well read, Phil Jones. Such a good reader of the football. Good tackle on Dele Alli. A little bit more zest from England in the opening 26 minutes than they showed for long spells in the first half at Hampden on Saturday, where they had a lot of the ball, but they looked lethargic.
Difficult to find space when the other team's got 8 or 9 behind the ball. What do you want? I mean, at least it's a friendly, but it's an open game, this. It wasn't an open game at Hampden, for obvious reasons.
Wide by Pogba. Coutinho was 8 feet tall, he might have got that. Again, they have to replace the injured Benjamin Mendy, so they bring on a very attack-minded fullback in Coutinho. Quite as attack-minded as Argentina earlier today in their 2-3-5 formation. Just to say, Argentina scored 6 goals against Singapore by Sidibe.
Tough game.
Pogba for equalising goal scorer Umtiti. At least in a hurry, Digne. Quick pressing from Oxlade-Chamberlain. Better from England. Gone up the field about 10 yards with their starting possession. And every time France get possession of the football, the players is under pressure. More mistimed than malicious from Bertrand.
Little block. Referee could have played on. Likes the sound of his whistle.
If we'll see the video assistant referees today. They were in use when France played Spain here back in March, and there were 2 decisions and both went against the French. Griezmann had a goal disallowed for offside. Gerard Deulofeu of Spain had a goal awarded after an incorrect offside decision. For that kind of technology playing a part in football?
I'm for technology. I just think we have to, and the powers that be have to absolutely iron out exactly when we use it and why we use it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And that will be the grey area.
They're testing it in the hope that maybe it's used next year in Russia at the World Cup. Here's Sidibe. Bertrand had a position now after that wayward pass from a teammate. Giroud's back flick is well read. Here's Dele Alli. Varane for company. Nicely done. And then a Chelsea Spurs battle ensued. Little tug on Pogba, advantage played by Davide Massa. Kante. Lemar. Mbappe.
Brilliant. I mean, he's on the shoulder every time. He's looking. When Trippier pushes up the field, he pulls onto that third centre-back, and he's always looking to get in behind. This time Trippier is back, but he is always looking to get in behind. He's given that midfielder an option to slide the ball down the channel and stretch the defence.
First corner of the game goes France's way. Harry Kane got that header. It was another really good save from Tom Heaton. He's had a good first half so far. first start for his country, Heaton.
When you talk about Mbappe, it's not just about pace. You know, that's a beautiful little feint there to shoot with the right, and drags it past Trippier, who's quite square, easily beaten. For a young man, teenager, Kylian Mbappe, what a future he is going to have.
Actually had a trial with Chelsea when he was 11, played in a youth game against Charlton. Decided to go to the Clairefontaine Academy. They're looking to go back in front. And Bertrand's been a good option for them. He's got a good shot on him as well. Lloris taking no chances. England corner.
If I was a betting man, I would say it's just slipping past the post, but Lloris, well, it's a tight one. He certainly can't take any chances. I don't think he's ever in danger of being beaten by it.
Especially after what he did on Friday. Just, got to be safe than sorry.
He's made some mistakes before. He's a big boy. Great keeper. Part of a Spurs side that they'll want to keep together. Pochettino, they're moving to a new stadium. Second in the league last year. They've got to keep that side together and add to it. There we go, Cahill and Varane. His fault, not my fault.
No touching.
No touching, right. It's a non-contact sport now.
Very rarely see penalties awarded. You usually see free kicks going the other way if the referee decides. Bertrand's delivery. Cahill's header, just wide Eric Dyer.
Just wonder whether he doesn't quite get clean enough contact on it. That's far too easy a header for Gary Cahill. It's Varane who took the referee's words literally, said no touching, so he didn't. Got nowhere near him, and he just tries to, can't get enough swerve on strike from such a short distance.
MLS on Saturday. We'll be at Yankee Stadium. Seattle Sounders taking on NYCFC, 1 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. Then on Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern, it's Philadelphia Union hosting the New York Red Bulls. Major League Soccer presented by Audi, also streaming live on the ESPN app. If you're out and about, you can take us with you.
That guy there, Deschamps, still, I mean, it still has to hurt what happened in the finals of last year's European Championships, because it was all built up for the French success, wasn't it? And the Portuguese came along and stole the show without Ronaldo, who went off injured, if you remember, very early.
Alongside his trusty lieutenant, Guy Stéphane. Actually, sporting blood in the family. Didier Deschamps, his cousin, was the runner-up at Wimbledon in 1998. Remember Natalie Tauzier? 1-1, 10 to go until the break. Mark Donaldson, Craig Burley, ESPN's coverage of this international friendly. Kane putting England ahead in 9 minutes, and Titi equalising in 22. A bad game for a friendly. Here's Kane. 2 goal scorers. Kante. Sidibe. Played initially by Pogba, well read by Cahill.
Didn't want to make the challenge, Pogba, the 50-50 with Cahill. There's nothing silly, obviously.
Holds the ball up so well, Harry Kane. He's got so many attributes. Pass by Trippier. Sterling. Who did it come off last? Alessandro Gelatini, the assistant on the far side.
Do you know, if you watch Trippier when he plays for Tottenham, one of the best full-backs in crossing the ball into the box. That wasn't a cross, obviously. But in terms of his technical ability, one of the best, particularly on the run, whipping crosses in. On the other hand, one of my big criticisms of Sterling would be his final third in his end product. And again, it was there to see. Should have taken it early.
Caused problems from their first corner. This time he will release Hurry as well. Chance here for the French. Here's Dembele. He had options. He had Sidibe. He had Mbappe.
No, in his mind, he only had one option because he knows he's got the defenders backing off. He's just, if I could just work it that half a yard, I can get a strike away, which he did, but he never really set himself.
Maybe trying to atone for the miss earlier in 16 minutes when he was played through by Mbappe. There's another chance for the French, in from Dembele, looking for Mbappe. Lemar, the layoff. Kante. He did score for Chelsea last season. He's not known as a goal scorer.
Look at the goal again. Giroud getting free. Heaton making a good save. Maybe just if he could just force that out a little wider, that would have been an ideal scenario. But I suppose he's trying to get a strong hand on it. And the French get there first. They're alive. They're alert, and they pick up the scraps. And then Titi gets himself a goal.
Well, kudos to him, Titi. It was a good finish. Striker's finish from a centre back. Here's Dele Alli. Trippier never far away from that far touchline, whether it's for England, Spurs, even at Burnley. You were speaking earlier about this delivery from crosses. I mean, he was outstanding at Burnley. He was the first name on your fantasy team sheet. And you can't give me abuse for that because you play it as well.
Yeah, not very well.
It's a foul all day long.
I never fancy Sterling when I see him going through on goal. And I might stand, I could be stand corrected in this game because he might get himself a goal. That's certainly a free kick. But watch him for Manchester City. Watch him for Liverpool, his previous club. When he's through one-on-one, he panics. He doesn't have the composure of a guy who gets in that position quite a lot, actually.
Here's Paul Pogba.
And I think he'll be under pressure as Manchester City make a host of signings.
Yep.
So watch their space for Sterling and one or two others.
Nice ball for Luca Digne. Djibril Sidibe. Find Giroud. Zion the spectacular there.
England not keeping the ball particularly well at the moment. The French had a few problems early on, just sussing out who was where and how to fill the little spaces, particularly in the middle of the park, which they've done that now.
First half's gone by pretty quick. Adrian Healy and the ESPN FC crew will be up at the half, talking various things, including the future of Diego Costa. Is he on his way from Chelsea? Where's he going? Here's Dembele. Sidibe. Pogba. We're content to allow Kante a little bit of space when he's on the ball. Les Bleus reverberating around the Stade de France. Paul Pogba. Eight goals for his country. An integral part of them and their future going forward, the 24-year-old. What's the stadium like to play in?
Fantastic. There's a lot. I mean, there's lots of great venues in France. Obviously, the national one here, terrific. Big crowd, obviously, big pitch. The crowd are not right on top of you.
Space here for England. Ali, if it's played early by Sterling, which it is. Couldn't get the first touch. Sidibe. It's the challenge. Ali wanted the free kick. That could have worked out a lot better for England. Maybe it should have done.
It's almost like he took his eye off the ball there, Dele Alli. like him in that position. And again, the left side for England. And France's right side, which is where the England opener came from. Sidibe, who, and you can see the bad touch, Sidibe, the Monaco fullback, who is effectively trying to run the whole right-hand side on his own, has now and again left the space in behind, which when England have had possession, they've managed to get in there.
Harry Kane just asking questions of the referee why England didn't get a free kick. He gave what he thought was a soft one for France. His armband again, Harry Kane. Dembele. Lucky to get it back. Dembele! The follow-up is in by Sidibe! They were behind, and two defenders have ensured they're ahead. Heaton doing his best, but once again, France finding space. 2-1.
Well, you want to watch this number 11 here, Ousmane Dembele, and watch John Stones, the Manchester City and England centre-back, because he's just going to send him for a cheeseburger and a cup of coffee. It's not half-time yet, but go and get it. Watch it, just here. See you later, son. Thinks Dembele's going to shoot, cuts inside, Stones on his backside. Watch, goodbye. Don't bother. And then again, Heaton left exposed. Again, a fine save from the young man. And then Sidibe, I talked about him early in the game. He's almost playing like a striker off that right-hand side, and he's there to put it in. They're just a more talented side, France, aren't they? Let's be honest. I think we knew that coming in, but we're seeing it as the first half wears on. They've got a player pool that's quite unbelievable. They're all young, they're all fast, they're all talented, and they can all play.
Spurs fans, Craig, will remember him, Djibril Sidibe. He got the opener at the Stade Louis II in the Champions League back in November when Monaco beat Spurs by 2-1. It's the same scoreline today. Two of the three goal scorers are the same. Sidibe and Kane were on target that day. Thomas Lemar got the other for Monaco. Samuel Umtiti got the equaliser for France. Again, Heaton's done all he could.
Yeah. See, this is what happens at international level. Even though it's a friendly, it's still frustrating. If you're wearing a white jersey out there, you're not seeing any of the ball, it's frustrating. Ball retention is key.
Here's Giroud. Mbappe always on the move inside. Dembele. There's Dele Alli. And Pogba this time pressing. Harry Kane. In a hurry to take it. Good pass from Kane as well for Sterling. Ali in support for now. No penalty.
Well, again, is it a case of him just going to ground too easily there, Sterling?
There's Eric Dyer had that chance for England from the corner in 34 minutes, put it just wide. Also coming up at half-time, we're going to look ahead to the MLS. Some good games coming up this weekend. The ESPN FC crew, well, they're doing that. You can get in touch with us if you want. Social media, at C. Burley ESPN, at Donaldson ESPN. What do you make of the first half?
I think, sorry, I was just looking at that. I think it's more of a case of Sterling running into the player there. There is a little faint of a leg coming out, but not enough. I think you've been pretty open, Mark. England started well. French have got a grip of the game, and what we're seeing now is a very young, very dynamic attacking French side with lots of quality and youngsters who are not frightened to prepare things, to try things in the final third. That little feint from Ousmane Dembele being a key point there, how he completely outwitted John Stones. That got the strike away, and the French have got numbers forward.
And there's the half-time whistle. The fearless French were a goal down to England. Harry Kane's opener after 9 minutes, but Samuel Umtiti with the equaliser after a good save from Heaton to deny Giroud. And Djibril Sidibe 2 minutes from the break. The ESPN FC crew next at half-time. France lead 2-1. Local time in Paris at the Stade de France in Saint-Denis, in the northern suburbs of Paris. Mark Donaldson alongside Craig Burley. France 2, England 1. Hugo Lloris stays in goal for France. There's a change for England. Tom Heaton is replaced. Always going to happen. Jack Butland comes on in his place. Kyle Walker is on for Ryan Bertrand. Keep you updated with any other changes that are made. So Walker and Trippier, two right backs. Trippier's going to stay there. Walker's going to go over to the left. They had a couple of different formations, didn't they, in that first half, England? They had four at the back with a centre-back just pushed forward into defensive mid. And at times, Craig, they had five at the back with three centre-backs.
Yeah, when they had five at the back, they were getting completely overrun in the middle of the park. When the two wing-backs were pushed back, which was quite a lot, the French found an awful lot of space in the middle.
2.5 half-time. This brings the curtain down for the season for these two nations. Not involved in the Confederations Cup, which gets underway in a few days. Portugal representing UEFA as European champions. Be a chance here for England. Now,
penalty.
He was tripped. The referee says penalty. Dele Alli went down. France went to sleep because they thought Kane was in an offside position and was going to go for the ball.
No, there's nothing wrong with this because Dele Alli plays it. Are we going to see the video?
Yes. That's the thing. So this will go to the video assistant referees, Marco Guida and Massimiliano Errati, the supervisor.
What are the French complaining about? Because he can't be offside because he played his own ball over the top. Kane didn't take part in it. He pulled away. So therefore, even though he's in an offside position, he's taken no part in the play. And they definitely looked as if he was clipped.
So Davide Massa is speaking with Massimiliano Errati.
We'll get a replay on this. Come on. This is where the whole VAR thing should be. It should be running now. Right, here we go. Does he clip his own heels or is he clip?
There's contact.
Yeah, I mean, what I would say is that Varane doesn't actually make a challenge, and that's what Deschamps is saying. But Dele Alli's clever, and he runs across him, and he's impeded. So it's a penalty.
Referee gave it, and after confirmation and consultation with the video assistant referees, now it looks like Raphael Varane has seen red as well, because initially the yellow card came out. It wasn't brandished. Varane has been sent off. A penalty has been awarded. Now, France were involved with a video assistant referee against Spain here in March, and both decisions went against them. Griezmann had a goal disallowed for offside, and Spain's Gerard Deulofeu had a goal awarded after an incorrect offside decision. So, in a friendly, we still see red. England get a penalty. Varane sent off. Harry Kane already on the score sheet. Kane at the double, 2-2.
I don't think there was ever any doubt, and we're going to get to the laws and the recent changes of the laws and how confusing they can be after we look at this penalty again from a guy who's just so composed in Harry Kane. And actually, Raphael Varane didn't really, to me, make an attempt to play the ball, but because Dele Alli cut across him, then there was contact. Now, as the laws of the game recently changed, if he'd made an attempt to play the ball, Raphael Varane, then the sort of triple punishment wouldn't have came in, as they used to call it. I mean, it's harsh.
Look, if you give a yellow for that, no one says anything. In fact, he's given a red. We think it was a penalty. Penalty was awarded. Kane scores, it's 2-2. Plenty talking points. Here's Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain.
Remember, they wanted to take away that, you know, you got the penalty, you got the sending off, and then the player was also suspended. And they would try to bring in the law where if you tried to make an attempt to play the ball, at least, or it looked that way, then it would be a penalty and a yellow card. I don't think Varane did either. It was just Dele Alli cut across him, which is clouding the bigger picture and how the French completely went to sleep straight off the break. Out at half-time, hadn't woke up.
Third corner, taken by Trippier. From Dele Alli.
And by the way, Dele Alli took full advantage.
Did well. Did really
sharp,
well.
Was sharp.
Kane played his part as well, knowing he couldn't play the ball. England taking full advantage.
So if you want to see a weakness in the French,
maybe
potentially down the line, it's not talent, it's not pace, it's not power, it's not depth of squad or quality players, but it might be at the back, concentration.
So just going back to that before England's corner, the referee's already awarded the penalty, okay? He did have a yellow card in his hand. He didn't brandish it. We don't know until afterwards once we find out, but was the video assistant referee used to change the yellow to red as well as confirmation, or was it just which colour of card? Because the referee thinks it's a penalty.
Well, I don't think it matters. I think that it was cleaned up by the VAR in conjunction with the official on the field.
Here's corner. A bit of a mess. Harry Kane ended up on his knees. Good start to the second half from England. 2-2. Here's Raheem Sterling. He's unlucky there. Still going with a handball. It's feisty for a friendly.
I'd actually like to see how the whole thing came about with Dele Alli getting through. We're at the mercy of our host director on the French broadcast, so we're not in control of replays, but it was so easy how he got in down that left-hand side.
Here's a change in formation. Koscielny coming on for Giroud.
Leave the quick guy up front, the young quick guy, and Mbappe.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose the only change. I mean,
you've got to bring a centre back.
Of course, with Varane taken off, it's still going to be four at the back.
See, I wonder if they could make. I don't know. I wonder if there could be some sort of change where, unless it's violent conduct in a friendly game. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If it's violent conduct in a friendly, then yes. But if it's something like that, you know, a yellow card would suffice in a friendly. I don't know. I'm sure people disagree.
As I said, no one complains if it's just a yellow and England still get their penalty. Sterling using his pace. Digne is quick as well. Ooh, that's a little naughty from Thomas Lemar.
Well, actually, Sterling's quite clever here. He'll just watch when he slows down. He just puts the left leg across, just there. Gets his body in front of the ball and wins the free kick. That's good play.
Time for an update to Harry Kane's last 5. 1v Man United, 4v Leicester, 3v Hull, 1v Scotland, and now 2 versus France. Plenty options on the bench for France. You see Alexandre Lacazette. England in possession, looking for a third. Topsy-turvy scoreboard already. Pendulum. Right now, back in favour of England. We've got possession. Oxlade-Chamberlain thought he was fouled. Referee says no. Powerful run by Dembele. Mbappe offside. Belated flag from Alessandro Giallatini.
Yeah, tried to bend his run, Mbappe, and I don't think any of the England centre-backs really want to get in a foot race with him, so more than happy to hold the line. You can clearly see that he's offside. It's been a couple of times now for the youngster.
First penalty Kane ever took for Tottenham was on his debut. It was in Europe against Heart of Midlothian, and he missed it. Jamie McDonald saved it. He's got a bit better since that day in 2011.
We're doing an international friendly, and you still managed to get Hearts into the commentary.
Excuse me, it's perfectly pertinent.
Should be a fine.
Don't you dare.
A week's wages.
That was his debut, and he missed a penalty. Didn't miss there.
A week's salary.
Worked for nothing.
Docked for mentioning that.
Anything to wind you up. Here's Dyer. Again, it opens up for them here. Koscielny and Umtiti, the two centre-backs. Walker. They've got France on the ropes right now.
Well, extra man. You know, we talked about the French in the first half, who at times looked like they had an extra man. They found a lot of space. I don't know why we're looking at this again. He was clearly offside. I mean, goodness me. England now should find little pockets in the middle of the park.
Yep.
Dele Alli starting to drift. Raheem Sterling, Oxlade-Chamberlain, just in behind Harry Kane, should find pockets.
Trippier, away by Sidibe. Here's Dele Alli against N'Golo Kante. The ball for John Stones. Considered as England's best ball-playing centre-back. Well worked by France. Here's Lamar. Gone in the second half. England equalising in the 47th minute from the spot. Harry Kane.
A little nutmeg there. Please the home support from Dembele.
A few olays to accompany. Space for Lamar. Mbappe playing the lone striker role now. Here's Lucas Digne. Tight is the call from Jack Butland, the goalkeeper. In by Lamar. Good header away. Corner France. Good game this. 4 goals already. And France responding with Allez les Bleus. This is the home of the French national rugby team as well. Good header away. Mbappe. I'm not sure if there's something about that part of the pitch, all the way up that touch line. Players have lost their footing today. So frustrating. Play it back, the offside flag goes up. So we have had involvement from the video assistant referees, the extent of which we don't know for now. Do know.
Well, what do you mean the extent? He gave a penalty.
No, there was confirmation of the penalty, but the yellow was changed to red. That was the only thing that they've changed, if that's what they've done. Because the initial decision wasn't changed.
Write me a letter, will you? Let me know what it was.
Their points of view. Here's Dyer. Sterling getting away from Umtiti. Good tackle by Digne. That was alarming how easily that got to Sterling from Umtiti. They try and play from the back again. England's high pressing, putting France under pressure.
It was alarming how easy Sterling went to ground again inside the penalty area. A little contact, but the ball was already played. And over he pops for the 3rd time.
Sometimes I just think that teams try and overplay and reinvent the wheel.
Lloris putting Koscielny under pressure.
Exactly.
Two of the most experienced players in the French squad.
Still, there's a time and a place. We're just getting rid of the ball. You don't have to try and score the perfect goal with 25 passes starting with a goalkeeper every single time. Pogba. Dele Alli. cost 83 million. The other cost 5 million. Values are slightly closer now. Chasing from left fullback. That could open a bit of space for England. Instead, they go down their left with Kyle Walker. Here's Lamar. Played by Eric Dyer. Calm and composed.
He was reportedly a target for Jose Mourinho's Manchester United. And supposedly interested in the Tottenham defensive midfielder. I'm sure Tottenham are not keen to sell any of their players.
I think they've already got a player at United who's perfect for that role, and that's where he played his best football at his former club Ajax, Daley Blind. So he doesn't fancy him.
Daley Blind is the holding midfielder at United.
Yeah, played a lot of that.
Yeah, I know he did.
Ajax.
I know he did. I'm still saying no.
A tough curmudgeon to please today, Mr. Burley. Here's Phil Jones. He deserves his rest wherever he's going to head off to. Dele Alli, sit on a beach somewhere and enjoy it in the season he's had. Forget he's only 21. Trippier and Digne both want the decision to go their way. It's a goal kick, so we can tell you on Saturday MLS will be at Yankee Stadium. Seattle Sounders battling NYCFC at 1 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. Then on Sunday at 5 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern, it's Philadelphia Union hosting the New York Red Bulls. Major League Soccer, presented by Audi, also streams live on the ESPN app. Watch ESPN on your travels. Take us with you wherever you go. Don't miss a minute of MLS action. Giroud looks on from the bench, having been subbed, so they could get a centre back on. Shelny taking his place. Mbappe now up front on his own.
And if you like your rugby, you can watch the British and Irish Lions down under in New Zealand
on the ESPN
on ESPN app. Absolutely brilliant.
Tug there from John Stones. The card comes out. It's yellow.
Stones will be saying to him, well, you got the ground too easy. Always a defender's complaint. We know the modern game. Happens all the time. There you go, Mbappe in behind. Little tug on the arm, and over he goes. He's going to feel the contact, he's going to go. There is a little tug. Down he goes. Referee's always going to give that.
Thomas Lemar. His first start for France, charged with trying to create something. Could lead to France taking the lead again. Given the big build-up, and Koscielny does that. Didn't have the best season for Arsenal as far as goal scoring is concerned last season. Not as good as the season before. Just a couple of goals, but he's always a threat from there. We'll see him as part of a back three at Arsenal right from the get-go. The fixtures for the new Premier League season announced tomorrow. Full details on ESPNFC.com. By Trippier. Kane took a dull one there from him, Titi.
Yeah, the touch, his first touch just rolled up, Harry Kane, and that just sucked him Titi into a challenge. Not one to roll about on the floor and feign injury, Harry Kane. Credit where credit's due in that respect. He's quite happy to take the knocks, and he'll pick himself up, brush himself down, and he'll go again.
Lacking height, Trippier's delivery. A little bit of a lull right now. France 2, England 2. Kane with the opener in 9 minutes from Titi after 22 with the equaliser. Sidibe 2 minutes from the half, making it 2-1 France. Kane's penalty 2 minutes into the second half. Griezmann is on the bench. Payet's on the bench. Matuidi, Sissoko, Lacazette, Thauvin, Jallet, Rabiot, Zuma. 15 subs today. Come on. What's going on there?
Oh. Well, we've got big dressing rooms these days.
Need to have. Through ball there. Mbappe in here. Enough was done by England. Jack Butland got a bit of it.
I tell you, Phil Jones just does enough. I think there's a little nudge in Mbappe's back. Not enough to give a penalty away, but enough just to put him off his stride. That was Mbappe in a nutshell. That pace in behind.
No surprise the crowd come to life when he's got the ball. 3 English players round him there. Kante feeds it on for Djibril Sidibe. We've got France's second goal. Here's Pogba. Great feet. Someone's got to gamble. The problem is France are down to 10. We don't have a second striker. Might have been better just giving up the throw. From Dele Alli. Here's Pogba. Red. Away by Oxlade-Chamberlain. This is where England are dangerous on the counter. Sterling, good strength. It's played now. Oxlade-Chamberlain is onside, which he is. Fancies it himself, off him Titi for a corner.
Yeah, back to his Arsenal teammate up there, Laurent Koscielny, back into the box. This is the skill again. Wonderful skill from Pogba to get round Chelsea's Gary Cahill. This is the little ball in behind. There you go. Little flick from Dembele. There's Mbappe in a nutshell, that pace. And Butland does wonderfully well. Him and Phil Jones just do enough. Look at, there's a little nudge from Jones.
Well, the goalkeepers have done very well today. Butland in the second half, Heaton in the first half. And Southgate claims that Joe Hart's still the number 1 for now. By Trippier, away by Pogba.
Nonsense.
Down went Kane.
Do you believe that?
He's got to say it, hasn't he? Now on the counter.
No, he doesn't.
Now on the counter. Well read by Phil Jones. On the ball there. Said it in the first half, he's one of the best readers of football. Maybe not happy with the challenge.
Well, that ball was close to getting to Lemar, who was busting a gut to get forward. Now, I think it was a challenge. It was a beautiful run from Dembele. There you go. Put the afterburners on, and Walker's quick.
Rapid.
Walker's rapid. You just can't quite find that pass to Lemar. And then, in the result, about 10 seconds later, there's a challenge goes in on Sidibe. He won the ball and just catches him on the way through. It's part of the game.
Yeah,
it's a contact sport. I keep telling people.
No problem with the challenge whatsoever, and this was good goalkeeping by Butland.
It was.
So, Heaton in the first half did well. Butland did well there. They've also got Fraser Forster. Joe Hart's in there. And today, Everton signing Jordan Pickford for 30 million from Sunderland.
Well, he could be the best of the lot.
He could be. He's with the under-21s right now. The youth setup at England right now. They won Toulon, beating Ivory Coast on penalties. They beat Venezuela to win the under-20s World Cup at the weekend. And they're going to be playing in the under-21 European Champions. So starting with the Iceland fans last year. ESPN FC tonight, 6 p.m. on ESPN News. Craig Burley and the gang.
Sure, we'll talk about that, sending off for Varane and the penalty and quite a few other things. Some of the strong teams in the world at the moment. Look at this French squad, the talent they've got. What about England when they go to Russia? Are things going to change for them from the recent disappointments? Back to the Euro, you think back to the World Cup in Brazil when England finished bottom of the group. Somehow Roy Hodgson kept his job. I don't know how. And then they go to the Euros and they win a watch. They pull Iceland. It's a great story, Iceland, but you know, come on.
And if they beat Iceland, they play France here.
So I think England supporters are certainly looking for somebody to sprinkle some magic on it.
Here's the deal. If you want to send nice tweets, I'll take them at Donaldson ESPN. But you want to send nasty ones, Burley loves them. See Burley ESPN.
I don't read them.
Yes, you do.
I don't read them all.
Yes, you do. And you bite.
I don't.
Yes, you do. Don't lie. Here's Titi. And we're off Twitter. So 2 right backs for England. With Kyle Walker playing on the left. Stays in play again. France switching off. And they've been excellent in the 24.5 minutes. It's a soft one.
I don't see what Harry Kane did wrong there. If I'm being particularly honest, if I'm being honest there, a bit of a wave from the French fans enjoying themselves.
Came to prominence at the World Cup in Mexico in 1986. "20 minutes to go, plenty talking points. France 2, England 2. Here's Lucas Digne as the sub for the injured Mendy after 20 minutes. Lemar. Good hands by Jack Butland. It's great to see him back because he broke his ankle playing for England at Germany in Berlin last March. What are they doing here? What are they doing here? How did France not equalise? Kylian Mbappe should have scored. He's got another chance. Lemar went for power over precision, and England can now counter. France should be ahead. They're not. England now looking to nudge ahead on the scoreboard with Dele Alli.
I've got to say, I don't think there's anything wrong there. I don't think Pogba makes a challenge, but England almost shooting themselves in the foot here, trying to play out from the back. Oxlade-Chamberlain's not aware that Gary Cahill's going to play that ball, and then there's a lovely little feint again from Mbappe to work the ball onto his left foot. And Butland was beaten. The crossbar saved him, but yeah, it was what we would call a hospital pass from Cahill to Oxlade-Chamberlain.
What's the best that can happen with that pass?
As a midfielder, you don't want it there. You just don't want it unless you're in space.
Oxlade-Chamberlain was the player he passed to, and then immediately when he passed, shouted that there was a man on. Well, don't give him the ball. What we were saying 10 minutes ago. Sometimes there is a time for just getting it long. Might not be pretty, but it clears your lines. If you're going to play like that, play the right pass. French President Emmanuel Macron and British Prime Minister Theresa May watching on.
I love how you try to say that in your best French accent.
Well, I'm still struggling with English. Let's just leave it there.
It's been noted.
You're from Ayrshire, you can't speak about the English language. Back by Trippier. Here's Phil Jones. Sterling. Good run. TT with a block and the clearance away by Lucas Digne. Oxlade-Chamberlain with a good pass. Everything on his right foot, Kyle Walker. Did Ali leave a boot in there? We've had a red for Varane, we've had a yellow for Stones. Sidibe's just back on after being clipped.
It's certainly a foul, but it's no. I don't think there's any intent. He's just a little late. Now he catches him on the ankle, 100%, and I would imagine under normal circumstances it's a yellow card, which it is, but it's certainly not a red.
Been in the wars, Djibril Sidibe, over the last 10 minutes or so. Just looking ahead, 1 year from tomorrow, the World Cup in Russia begins at the Luzhniki Stadium. Right now, who would you make as favourites for that tournament?
Well, I mean, give me a chance. The qualifying campaign's still going on. We don't even know who's going to be there.
Well, Russia, Brazil and Iran have already qualified.
There you go. I'll go Brazil then. Okay. There you go, that was easy. Well, I mean, it's difficult to look past the usual suspects. I mean, it is.
France a contender?
Well, they should be. They should be. They've got a huge talent pool, a young talent pool. was John Stones getting turned again there for the second time. This time by Mbappe. Just goes for the. Now he's left 1-on-1, so he hasn't got much support, but he's turned very easily. Mbappe should score. I mean, he should score there. He knows it. As a young man, he knows it.
France currently find themselves in second place in Group A.
They'll be there.
Sweden are top after that win on Friday. Jimmy Durmaz equalising Giroud's wonder strike a couple of minutes before half-time, and then Toivonen scoring from distance after a mistake by Hugo Lloris. The problem for for Sweden and the Netherlands is that France have 3 of their final 4 games at home, next up against the Dutch.
No, they'll be there.
Under new management, the Dutch, Dick Advocaat.
New old management.
Yes. Back to the action.
They like to revisit coaches, the Dutch, don't they? They like to go over old ground, where they're trying to find it. I mean, it's been a struggle, hasn't it? Take the 2014 run in Brazil for Van Gaal out of the equation, and it's been tough.
Here's a chance for Raheem Sterling. Again, at times it's like slow motion for the French defence. They go to sleep. Adam Lallana is about to come on for England. I wonder if we'll see Antoine Griezmann for France, or Alexandre Lacazette, another player who's been linked with a move away from his current club.
Well, he's been linked for a move for a good couple of years now, although he had a sterling season for Lyon. If I was a French supporter, I'd want to see Griezmann come on. I like this lad, Adam Lallana. I think he's a hugely talented player, and I think under Jurgen Klopp we're starting to see more end product to his game. We're seeing a better game coming out of Adam Lallana. Very productive in the final third.
I thought that was a really good debut, by the way, for Kieran Trippier, who goes off to be replaced by Lallana. Can be proud of the 75 and a bit minutes.
Yeah, it's never easy, even for one. He's 26, so he's, you know, it's relatively old to be making a debut. Late on the scene, kind of. But it's slightly easier when it's a friendly. You know, there's still pressure, of course there is, but not quite the same as the intensity of a qualifier when when you get thrown in there for your first game.
Well, Walker's not gone across to right back. He's staying at left back. Phil Jones has gone to right back. John Stones has gone back alongside Cahill.
Good strength there from Sterling, but again he doesn't pick out that final ball. He doesn't pick a good one out. Sidibe does well, actually, defending the back post. And for once in the last 5 minutes, nobody kicks him.
That'll be third time lucky soon. Hopefully he avoids that. 13 to go. Mbappe's offside again. He always plays on the shoulder. It's always tough for the assistant referees. They'll get some right and they'll get some wrong.
So I suppose from his point of view, we might be talking about him over the course of his career being offside quite a lot. But I mean, it is tight with Cahill's right foot, but he'll work on the thought process that every now and again he's going to get in with his pace, or there's going to be a mistake from an assistant referee, or he's going to time his run correct.
I love the quote about Filippo Inzaghi back in the day, that he was born offside. Through ball for Mbappe, is it this time? Support from Dembele, yes! 3-2! Finally, he's had chance after chance. It was Mbappe to Dembele in the first half. They couldn't convert. But this time, the opposite way around leads to France leading England by 3-2.
Yeah, and a brilliant first-time ball from Paul Pogba. And I really thought Mbappe was going to take it first time and whip it in Jack Butland's left-hand corner. He took a touch and then realised it was kind of stuck under his feet a little bit. And so he picked out his mate, an 18-year-old to a 20-year-old, just here. Thought he was going to pull the trigger, he didn't. Got the touch stuck under his feet. Butland's blocked by Gary Cahill, so Dembele uses Cahill a bit as a block. Takes a little deflection off him that I think, and the keeper really no chance there. Yeah, takes a deflection off Cahill, who's going to ground. Horrible body position. And Dembele gets his goal on the third attempt.
That's a good point about the horrible body position. Why is he side on?
He's not, and he's crouching down.
Exactly. He's got to be braver than that. It might still end up in the back of the net, but goodness me.
He was almost crouching down on his knees, and it hit him kind of in the arm and the stroke chest.
Crouching Cahill, hidden button. France 3, England 2. Just over 10 to go. England were ahead, then France were ahead, then level terms, and now France back ahead.
When you think about it, almost the whole second half the French have played with a man down.
Yep.
So, you know, England at the moment have not taken advantage of what should have been easier ball, easier possession, more space.
It's the first time England have conceded 3 goals in an international since a 4-2 loss against Sweden in 2012. I remember Ibrahimovic, I think, involved in that one. To the extent he scored all 4 goals for Sweden. Nicely done by Lucadini and away by Koscielny. 10 to go. France 3, England 2. ESPN's coverage of this international friendly. Mark Donaldson alongside the former Scotland international Craig Burley. Here's Kyle Walker again, cutting in onto that right foot. Well with the tackle. I'd be frightened to go in for another tackle if I was Sidibe, given the last couple. Aaron Creswell coming on for England. That should mean Walker moving to the right.
Phil Jones off, yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
Creswell over to his natural left-back position. Just giving him a run out, really. That's what this is about. Getting players experience.
Good options, England at fullback.
Yeah, they do. I've just felt for a long time centre-back, one of their issues, and their main issues is centre-back.
Yeah. There's a dearth of good centre-backs, as Payet watches on. A dearth of good centre-backs in world football. France have got one of the better ones in Raphael Varane.
Who's probably sitting having a cappuccino in the dressing room. Mr. Varane, as we speak.
Yeah.
Went for an early bath just after half-time.
Second half's been a little bit stop-start. It hasn't really been a flow, which England certainly benefited from to begin with. 4-year deal Southgate signed when he took over permanently in November last year after a temporary period in charge. He drew 0-0 in Slovenia, beat Scotland 3-0 and drew 2-2 with Spain. Mbappe.
Well, if he only gets a bit more confident, that lad.
Yeah.
Once Mbappe gets confidence and a little bit of pace, he'll be fine.
Yeah. I think his agents, probably plural, are sitting somewhere with a big smile on their face. Probably in the director's box somewhere. Gardien d'honneur.
I mean, nobody's saying he hasn't got a lot to learn, and he has. but well, he has, you know.
Yeah, but he's
just a wonderful talent. But he's one of many the French have got. I mean, Deschamps' big problem. Okay, he's got a tight grip to get through, which they will get through.
Who do you play?
Is that when he picks his squad for Russia, It's going to be a tough one.
How do you keep everyone happy? Here's Cresswell. Second cap for Aaron Cresswell. His debut against Spain back in November 2015. 2016 coming on for Danny Rose. Seventh corner for England, hoping it'll be lucky for them. Climbing all day long by John Stones. France lead England by 3-2. Every single one of their goal scorers scoring their first goal for their country. Samuel Umtiti with the equaliser in 22. Djibril Sidibe putting France ahead 2 minutes from half-time. And Ousmane Dembele 11 minutes from time after the assist from Kylian Mbappe.
Little word from Deschamps there.
Yeah.
Encouragement. Lots to work with for the French coach.
Dembele was another player linked with a move. Barca apparently interested in him. 85 million is the price tag put on him by Dortmund.
Don't forget they've done without Karim Benzema.
Yep.
Of late because of issues within the squad which have rumbled on for quite a long time now.
He might not be everyone's cup of tea, especially Arsenal fans, but Mbappe and Giroud look like they've got an understanding. Good goalkeeping from Jack Butland. If you're just joining us, maybe you've missed all the goals. We will have all the highlights on ESPN FC tonight at 6 o'clock on ESPN News. Can England get a leveller? Lallana for Kane. Asking a lot. Need more height.
5 goals in a friendly so far. Not to be sniffing at. A sending off. Video assistant referee involved today as well. If that sort of thing excites you.
Bad ball in from Kyle Walker, away by Umtiti.
If it interests you, people have different opinions on it. Some like it, some don't. The game has to move forward with technology.
Yeah, there has to be an element of human error though as well, for lesser things, for the big things.
Great touch from Deschamps there. See that?
That's why you got the cheer.
Yeah, little cushion with the right foot.
You don't lose that kind of talent. 103 caps for his country. Champions League finalist at Monaco in 2004, as well as a winner in '93.
He's a nice fella.
He is, yeah.
He kicked me once and apologised. Don't apologise because it's coming back.
And did
shortly.
Did you get near him?
There we go, there we go.
Ready.
There we go.
Cushion touch with the outside of the right foot.
He's happy with it. He's happy with that.
Yeah.
Little wink.
He'll wake up tomorrow and go, oh, my groin's a bit stiff. What happened? Serie B title as well, Deschamps with Juventus. Remember when they played in the lower leagues in Italy? It's been a good night. It's been well handled. The French Football Federation handling the pre-match very nicely. Don't look back in anger by Oasis. It was played. There was a moment's silence. La Marseillaise and God Save the Queen. It's just really well handled after the recent terrorist atrocities in Manchester and London. There is an affinity between the two nations after what happened back in November 2015, just days after the terror attacks in Paris. England played France at Wembley. And the England fans joined in with the French singing La Marseillaise. So it has been very well reciprocated tonight.
Yeah, I mean, the French did a great job at the Euros not long off the back of some terrible atrocities in the country, and security was obviously extremely tight, and it was tense, but they did a wonderful job in the main at the Euros. There was some hooliganism down in Marseille, which, you know, we didn't want to see, and luckily it didn't last too long. But in general, they did a fantastic job, as they did of hosting the World Cup in France in '98.
Very well. And you know firsthand, he played in the opening game here against Brazil for Scotland. Poor Sidibe.
Yeah.
Third time he's been done. This time he's like, no more.
He's had enough. Ice pack.
Yep. Christophe Jallet comes on.
Holidays, ice pack.
Yeah. Here's Lamar. More football on ESPN this weekend. Some good games as well in MLS. Saturday, Yankee Stadium, NYCFC taking on Seattle Sounders, 1 p.m. Eastern. And on Sunday, Philadelphia Union, just down the I-95, hosting the New York Red Bulls. MLS Soccer, presented by Audi. Also streaming live on the ESPN app. So you'll be watching the MLS on your ESPN app after you've watched the British and Irish Lions against New Zealand on your app. You'll be a busy boy on Saturday. Here's Kyle Walker. 4 minutes added time. Your thoughts today? Enjoyed it?
I think Gareth Southgate will push the narrative like a lot of coaches do, that we can take positives from this and we can work on shape, and some goalkeepers got some experience, made some good saves. The Joe Hart story will rumble on. Is he the number one?
Yep.
He'll have some big decisions to make. But ultimately, a poor mistake there from Oxlade-Chamberlain.
In behind for Mbappe this time. The flag stays down. Dembele. Thought he might have passed that. He does eventually. Is it too little, too late? Pogba's now got company. Jallet with his first touch. Oxlade-Chamberlain atoning for the earlier mistake. Nicely done.
John Stones with his hand up for offside as Mbappe went in behind. Not great. But to get back to it, I think ultimately, and I don't think it's unexpected, as a golfing class, you know, I think England, and it's a tight one, you take a huge risk doing that. I think ultimately, for me, England's qualification is always good, and then they get there and it's been a struggle. And I think they just meet their match when they get to the major tournaments these days, and they generally always get there. But the French are going to give themselves a real opportunity, because it's strength and depth, it's young, it's talented, and a lot of their guys are all playing at a very good level at a very young age. And they've got a good mix of experience as well. And if I was Deschamps or the French public, I'd be excited about my chances in Russia.
France right now are 5th favourites for the World Cup, behind Argentina, Spain, Brazil and Germany in the betting. Tell you what, 11-1 the odds. That won't last long. That will keep retracting as we get nearer Russia. A year tomorrow begins. Sterling's through ball, looking for Kane. Mopped up nicely. Here's Dembele. Through for Mbappe. Good save, Butland. What a handful. Kylian Mbappe. And over.
Should have had himself a couple tonight at least. And again, it's you know, the relationship there between Dembele and Mbappe, two youngsters linking up again, as they did for the Dembele goal. And he really should have scored, but it's just so easy for the French to get in behind the England back four there.
Can England get a late equaliser into the final minute of stoppage time? With Kyle Walker, gets a corner. Another injury issue. Well, Lloris is the number one for France. We know that. He's 30 years old and he ain't going anywhere. But when England go to Malta, Valletta on the 1st of September, who will be the starting goalkeeper for England?
There we go, look again. Twisted Eric Dyer, never got near to him, was able to pick his head up and he just run off the shoulder of Gary Cahill. He's never getting there. He's never keeping up with Mbappe, and that's a good save. You know, the keeper, look how big he makes himself.
He kicks it onto his hand. That's excellent.
I mean, you can't ask for any more than that from Butland. You can't.
Cresswell's delivery. Maybe last chance for England here. Quickly in there from Cahill. Oxlade-Chamberlain staying on his feet when he could have gone down, and now goes down. It's a minimum of 4, remember, so there's time for this, and the shot going over the bar. Over and out.
Ambitious and worth a try, I would say, especially at this late stage of the game.
Didn't score at all for West Ham last year. Alan Cresswell couldn't keep that one down.
Liked him today.
There's a lot to like about the French today.
Just, you know, 2 youngsters prepared to run at players and try things different.
And when you think how good the England goalkeepers, 1 in each half, have been this evening, France win it by 3 goals to 2. They could have had more. French President Emmanuel Macron, more than happy. Really nice touch by the French Football Association. French President Emmanuel Macron and the Prime Minister of Great Britain, Theresa May, standing side by side, remembering those 8 people who were killed in London 9 days ago, the 22 who died in Manchester before that. Version of God Save the Queen. It was the England fans back in November 2015 singing La Marseillaise just days after the terror attacks in Paris. This is reciprocal from the French Football Association. A lovely touch. Passions aplenty in the Stade de France. France against England here on ESPN. Thank you for your company. Mark Donaldson alongside Craig Burley. 5 changes for France. Craig, a 2-1 defeat in Sweden on Friday, courtesy of a mistake by Hugo Lloris, the goalkeeper, who keeps his place.
Well, a real conveyor belt of youngsters coming through for the French at the moment. We're going to see some of them today. In particular, Ousmane Dembele and Thomas Lemar on the wings. Real pacers, real speedsters down there. Pogba, of course, the world record transfer fee, and the Premier League Player of the Year, N'Golo Kanté, and the man everyone is talking about up front, 18-year-old Kylian Mbappe, still a Monaco player, but not for long, I think.
Nice touch, Deschamps and Gareth Southgate. And Gareth being given a French jersey in memory of the atrocities in London and Manchester. For England, 6 changes after the 2-2 draw against Scotland at Hampden on Saturday. According to coach Gareth Southgate, Craig, Tom Heaton was always going to play in this game, and Joe Hart has not been dropped.
No, Joe Hart had a tough game against Scotland, there's no doubt about it. Interestingly, John Stones, the Manchester City centre-back, they've worked on him playing in midfield and training. He can do that. Both of those players, him and Dyer, could step back into that back 4 and make it a back 3 with 2 wing-backs. So it could be very flexible, this England formation. Of course, the 2 Tottenham players, Dele Alli and Harry Kane, really at Dele Alli looking to get up and support one of the best strikers in European football, and still young, and Harry Kane scored that equaliser against Scotland at the weekend, and is no doubt England's #1 hitman at the moment.
It's a 3rd cap for Tom Heaton in goal, but it is his first start, and it's an England debut for Kieran Trippier at right back. Both players were presented with special jerseys before kick-off in the changing room by Lee Dixon, something that Gareth Southgate has introduced with former players.
National newspapers tomorrow in both England and France. Whatever happens on the field, a powerful message of unity is being sent here tonight. Tottenham teammates Hugo Lloris and Harry Kane captain the sides. Davide Massa.
Moment of silence at the Stade de France. There's English fans in among the French supporters and vice versa. The England players came out to warm up. They were applauded by the home support and the travelling support. Liberté, égalité, fraternité. France-England to bring the curtain down on the international season for these respective 2 nations. World ranked 6 in the world, France, against 13th ranked England. Referee is Davide Massa. Italian officials. He was 4th official at the Faroe Islands game on Friday against Switzerland at the Torsvoller Stadium. Slightly different, the Stade de France. We do have video assistant referees today. Marco Guida will assist Massimiliano Errati. First time an England game has involved a video assistant referee. Not the first time for France, as we'll get into as this game develops. England to get us underway in the French capital with Dele Alli challenged by Paul Pogba. Nothing doing, and a goal kick for Hugo Lloris. Good atmosphere, Craig.
Yeah, 2 big countries really. Obviously the French have had more success recently, picking up Euros and World Cups and bringing through some great players. It's about trying to get back in amongst it for England. They've made so many changes in the managerial front. Sam Allardyce last year, and then left in a heartbeat really after being appointed, and Gareth Southgate gets an opportunity.
Forward from Benjamin Mendy. Only 2 players aged 30 for France, everyone else under the age of 26, including 18-year-old Kylian Mbappe. 2 fullbacks already, Mendy and Sidibe on either side have pushed forward. Away by Samuel Umtiti. It's a Barcelona and Real Madrid pairing at the back for France. Away by N'Golo Kanté. Thomas Lemar. First involvement for Tom Heaton. 7 years ago he was playing in League 2 with Rochdale.
It's not a shot. Although it might seem that way. He's trying to whip that in for Olivier Giroud. Didn't catch it right, and Heaton had to be on his toes. England look as if they're just sitting John Stones in between the two centre-backs with Eric Dyer from Tottenham just in front, but expect Stones to step out at times as well.
Here's Harry Kane, rescued a point for England at Hampden Park on Saturday. Broke the hearts of 50,000 Scots in the stadium. Something that Gareth Southgate wants to pursue with going forward, playing John Stones a little bit further forward. Not today, though, but they have been working on that at their base at Croissy-sur-Seine. Raheem Sterling, fouled by Olivier Giroud. Wonderful goal he scored in Sweden on Friday. Giroud, stunner.
His record at international level is actually pretty good. 27 goals, and actually it's very good, sorry.